So thanks to technology, I can be in Egypt and at the same time connect with people in Oslo. I'm very happy to be here today and address you. And I think that we've came a long way. From a long way. It was only 18 days to get rid of a regime that was oppressing Egyptians for over 30 days, which shows the power of time as well. The 18 days were basically nothing compared to what we have seen in the past, and thanks to the Tunisian revolution, which took a bit longer, but it was the main reason that inspired the Egyptians, and I call this the freedom flu. We basically all of the Arab nations now are dreaming about freedom. They're all thinking about their future, about being involved in building their own nations. We've been living through years of misery where a lot of the young people were not empowered. One of the jokes I used to crack is that the seven people in power in Egypt, if you sum up their total age, you would have more than 500 years, and those people should not be really the ones dictating the future of the nation. Rather, a lot of the young people need to be empowered. They need to have a say in the future of their country. Today, I think it's a historical moment for not just for the Arab world. Actually, it's for the whole world. The Arab world is not just the only people who are suffering. Suffering exists everywhere in the world to a different degrees. There are some people who think that they can rule and control the lives of others, and those people are still in power in different parts of this in this globe. And it's about time that they need to learn the lesson, to understand that the power of people is stronger than the people in power, and that the world today, as we're all getting, as communication is becoming much easier, a guy like me can address hundreds of you, and a guy on YouTube can address millions of people with a cause. And mainstream media, which are the brokers, are probably playing a much less role in influencing people. So it's going to be very hard in the future to fool the nations. I think it's about time that we all understand that values are much more important than interests, especially in the civilized world. That was part of the oppression, the systematic oppression that we as Egyptians were living in, as also as other Arab nations are living in, are suffering from. Today we're hoping that this Arab Spring is a wake-up call for the whole world. Number one, to understand that Arabs were not happy with what was happening to them, and number two, that the civilized world, or what they like to be called the civilized world, need to understand that they should stop having double standards in dealing with issues in Middle East, in dealing with issues around the areas of conflicts, and to give more attention towards values, which should be their long-term strategy rather than the very short-term interests. I'm happy today to say that clearly that I'm a proud Egyptian. I remember this taxi driver after the 11th of February. I asked him, "Are you happy?" The guy looked at me and told me, "I'm breathing freedom." That was quite a strong expression. And that expression that came from a simple man, probably didn't go to a university, didn't finish his school, but he's just telling all of us what should be our spirit in the next few years. We should make sure that people are empowered, that people have a say in shaping their own freedom, and that the world governments, especially in the Western world, should stop getting involved in the oppression and in shaping the future of nations like ours. We should be able to decide on our own destiny, and we should be empowered to do so, and we should be left alone for us to go through an experiment. I was asked a question in media before about, am I optimistic? I said I'm very optimistic. I truly believe that the Egyptian people have woke up and they're not going to go back to sleep. They restored their dignity and they're not going to give it away. And I trust the Egyptian people. I trust the power of the people. Everyone is now communicating together. We're probably having some problems here and there, which is pretty much what we used to have in the past. But the difference is, in the past, they used to hide them and they used to lie about them. Today, we are facing the reality, and today we are stronger, getting stronger and stronger in addressing these problems and in trying to find real solutions. I believe that the future of Egypt is going to be a brilliant future. I believe that the future of humanity is going to be a brilliant future, given that we all come to an understanding that anyone who's oppressing their people, anyone who's brainwashing their people, or playing with using the media to promote lies and all these false stories about what they are doing in their nations are going to suffer, are going to have a lot of bad times, because as I said earlier, winning is already happening in this region. When people are restoring their dignity, definitely they are going to win. They're not gonna be living in misery anymore. So I want to end my kind of boring remarks that I haven't prepared for as usual, with one message to all of you. Egypt can't go wrong. Egypt should not go wrong. And this will only happen if we realize and understand that the real challenge that we are facing in this country now is economy. We want to make sure that the Egyptian people, especially the silent crowds, appreciate the fact that a revolution happened. We don't want the people to start saying that, yes, we lived in an oppressing regime in the past few years, yet we were able to live, we were able to work. A real and serious counter-revolution would happen as people start suffering from losing their jobs or not being able to satisfy their basic needs. And that's why I think it's very important now that the world, and instead of getting involved in our own politics, which I personally think that Egyptians are capable of sorting it out on their own way, and on their own the way they want to interpret democracy, and the way by involving everyone. I think that the world can help with the economy. The world can help bringing more tourists to the country. The world can help by helping with infrastructure projects that ensures that Egyptians are getting the jobs that they are looking for, and of course by sharing experiences. We have had a great experience in the Tahrir Square. Egyptians who were living in a regime that was basically trying to separate all of us, started to realize, wow, we have much more common. We have much more in common than our differences. People who stayed in Tahrir Square for 18 days, Muslims and Christians, males and females, educated, highly educated and sophisticated people, and very simple people who probably didn't even go to the school. And all of them shared one goal: to get rid of the nightmare and start dreaming. And when this happened, we have achieved our goal. I think it's about time that the world understand the same message, that we have much more in common than we have as differences. And it's about time that we all start gathering and uniting together towards a better world, a world that is not driven by interests, a world that is driven by values. Thanks, everyone.